All right, guys, welcome to a new video. And today we're working on the project MX5 / Eunos. And today we're going to be taking off all this orange silicone hose kit that was on the car from the previous owner, which actually hasn't been on the car that long, according to the history. So taking all that off, I already started draining the coolant out, which is just a little screw on the bottom of the radiator. Letting all the fluid drain now. I'm going to start gotta take the intake off, start taking some of the miscellaneous hoses off. And I got a brand new black hose kit that I'm going to be putting on it. Eventually I'm going to get rid of the spark plug wires too and get a black set of spark plug wires because the yellow ones do my head in. So yeah, and I got some original clamps too, which are pretty cool. So I'm not using these screwdriver ones, forget what they call them now, but anyway, I'm not using those. I'm going to go with the OE style spring clamps. So these are the ones that come with the kit. So the kit that I bought, you could choose either that style or the spring clamps, and I'm going with the OE style springs clamps. So yeah, so I got those. I'm gonna start taking off all these hoses and start taking off some of these clamps and start taking it all apart. So that's the project for now. So let's get started. Okay, underneath the car again. Got one last orange hose to do, and then there's a few more hoses. There's one back there that you can see. I gotta take that one off, which leads to the block, and then I'm gonna remove the thermostat. So I'm gonna get this hose off now and go from there. So let's keep moving these hoses off. Hopefully this one doesn't leak too much coolant out, but I have a feeling it's going to. Wet times. All right, got that lower hose off now. The one that goes in between the block and this transfer pipe. So I just gotta drop that lower orange one now. And then work on those last two back there. I've already loosened all the clamps, just gotta pull them off. Just so you guys know, if you're watching this and you're thinking about doing an MX5 coolant flush, these nipples coming out of the heater core are brass. So be very gentle with them. Can't use pliers on them to break the hose loose. So just wiggle them with your hands and slowly get them loose. So I'm just going to take this pipe out right now and get that cleaned up and drop that lower hose. So let's get to that. All right, so that's that transfer pipe. So I'm going to get that cleaned up. Those are all the orange hoses. You can throw them in the bin. That's a pile of poo. And that's all the coolant coming out. So pretty much looks, I don't know if it's rusty or that's just the color of the coolant the previous owner used, but yeah, so engine's all pretty much stripped down, and those back too. I'm going to tackle those now and get them off, and then I got to take the thermostat out and clean up that. Got a new thermostat upstairs, so I'm going to take the thermostat out and reinstall that housing without the thermostat because I got to flush the system to get rid of all this old coolant, and because I'm putting fresh new coolant in. So, all right, let's tackle those back hoses back there. They look like fun. Let's get them done. Looks like the previous owner didn't do all that great of a job because he crushed one of them. So I'll see if I can straighten that out as best I can. It's not bad by any means, but see if I can straighten that out. And yeah, so there's the engine compartment, stripped of all that ugly orange, except for the spark plug wires. Just so you know, if you're not an MX5 owner and you're following my channel, the yellow strut bar is original. So anyway, now I gotta take the washer jug out and clean that out because that has all the old coolant in it. So I gotta take that out now. Okay, let's do that. Okay, this is where I'm at right now. I've got all the hoses off. Everything's ready for the new hose and the new thermostat. But I just got a couple things to clean up first. I think I'm gonna clean that up. And then this is the old thermostat. So I'm going to go ahead and say that's the original one. So glad I picked up a new one. So pretty mucky there, and this needs to be obviously cleaned up. Yeah, give that a clean up. So anybody want an orange hose kit for an MX5 1.8 liter, hit me up. 5 minutes. If not, it's going in the trash. All right, we're gonna start fitting the thermostat back now. Went ahead and picked up the thermostat and the gasket ready to go. Went ahead and cleaned up that, which is really nice. Should be ready for the new hose to slide over. And so I'll show you the hose kit that I picked up. So this is the black hose kit. It's in the matte finish, which really looks nice. Should match the OE style look. And I got the clamps, spring clamps. They were black, but I went ahead and zinced them. So they're nice yellow zinc, which is going to look really flash under the hood, which I kind of like. So that's the style and look I'm going for. So I got all new clamps and they're all zinced, ready to go. So let's start fitting it and see how it all looks when it's fitted. And let's get the thermostat on now, and we'll keep moving. Okay, I got the thermostat housing on. I went ahead and fitted the upper, the hose there. Sorry, not the upper, but the hose there going into thermostat housing. And then I went ahead and installed that new hose that goes into the bottom part of the throttle body. So that's all hooked up, ready to go. Looking really nice with the zinc. Really like that. Okay, so let's keep trucking on, putting some more hoses in and see how it looks. Probably do that one next. Let's get that one going. All right, just gonna fit the upper hose real quick and fit the new upper hose. Got the zinc clamp. All right, really big hose clamp. Oh. Nope. All right, let's button this one up. All right, moving on. I've got the hose in there with the clamps all thing, and I'll show you under the hood underneath here. I got that one in, that one all bolted in, ready to go. So just got a few more ones to go on the front here. Yeah, that's it. One down here, this one here, if you can see my finger touching it, that one there goes basically right by the oil filter. So I had to remove that bad boy to get it out. Good times. So it's only 3 bolts, but I might leave that out actually because it's easy to change the oil filter. So I just got to I got to do this one and then put the intake piece back in, and then I can start flushing it. So that's where I'm at right now, and can continue. Okay, still trucking along on this. I've got the reservoir back in, all cleaned up. It's actually turned out really nice. Got it all bolted back in with the nice yellow zinc hardware. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now. I'm just about to, next step is going to be to flush it. Flush the system. I've got some flush stuff to flush the whole cooling system, and then I've got some distilled water that I'm going to use to help flush it. So that's the next step, and then I'll fill it with coolant. So the only thing I'm missing right now is just this hose here that goes from the cap to the reservoir. Just not liking the hose that it comes with because it's really thick and it doesn't fit. You see here, it doesn't fit in the original clips. So in that one there, see it's quite a lot bigger. So I'm gonna try to source the factory one, try to get it from Mazda or whoever. Yeah, so that's it so far. That's what I'm waiting on. So I'll oh, and I've taken these few brackets out here that were a little bit faded. There's 2 of them here that hold this, hold that, and there's another one here that holds this. So I'm painting those now, just in the black paint. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now, and I'll start flushing the system here shortly. Okay, now I'm going to use this stuff to flush the cooling system. So basically, You fill it with this and fill it with the flush and with water, and you let it run for 10 minutes up to operating temperature with all the vents, heating vents open. So it basically opens the core, and then I'm gonna let it run for 10 minutes, then let it cool down, then I'll drain all this out, and then I will flush it with distilled water that I picked up here. It's relatively cheap. It's only two pound for each container. So I'm gonna flush it twice with that just to get all the old coolant out as much as I can. And then I'll fill it with the what's gonna stay in there with the regular coolant and water mixture. So I'll start doing that now. Let's fill it up. Alright, so I'm draining the coolant again now after running it for 15 minutes. So just gonna drain all that fun stuff out and then fill it full back of distilled water, which is here. This is the coolant I'm gonna be using, so I'll show you that now. So that's the coolant I'm gonna be putting in it. So yeah, we'll drain it and then fill it back full of distilled water for the first time, and then flush it again. So we'll keep doing it now. Okay, now I'm going to swap out these yellow spark plug wires. Let's get rid of those. So got some new black ones here and some new NGK plugs, V-Power. So I'll be installing those now, and then yeah, keep moving on the flush. So there's one of the plugs I just pulled out. Let me focus in on that. There you go. Doesn't look too bad. It's the same plug, NGKR, that we're putting in it. So probably look relatively new, to be honest. They don't look too bad. So anyway, I've got new ones, so I'll put them in. Getting all them air bubbles out. Okay, so that concludes doing the service, replacing the radiator hoses, doing the coolant flush, doing the spark plug cables and the new spark plugs, and basically just cleaning up the engine bay a little bit better. Really happy with the results. I mean, it's those hoses, those orange hoses were really an eyesore for the engine compartment, but now it's all cleaned up. It's really looking good. I'm very happy with it. And I hope you guys enjoyed watching the video, and hope you enjoyed the transformation of what I've done. And yeah, that's it for now. Thanks guys again. If you like what you saw, don't forget to like and subscribe. And most of all, take care of yourselves, okay?